Good day everyone, this is Junaid Khan. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. The topic we are going to discuss today are going to be for students. We will be talking about admissions. We will be talking about the GIC part, the Guaranteed Investment Certificate, and the Statement of Purpose. So while starting this topic, I want to pay attention, and I want every student to pay attention while picking up your course in Canada. I realize, and I have seen a lot of students around me from around the globe, they least pay attention on the point that what course they are going to be doing, which school they are applying for, and what location they are going to be doing, because the main concern at that point for every student I have seen around me is that they want to get the visa and they want to start their education, regardless of their interest in that courses. So this is very important to think about it in two ways. Number one, your course selection is going to play a very important role in getting your visa approved. That's the first point. And second thing is, even after when you get approved, your course selection will be playing an important role, because this is what you are going to be doing over there. This is what you are going to be studying over there. And I have seen a humongous percentage where students, after getting approved, when they land in Canada, they are thinking about switching their courses. That not just waste your time, that will definitely waste your money as well, and that will definitely shift your career a way longer than expected. So if we go back to the first point, the selection of the course, first of all, you have to see, are you interested doing a 4-year bachelor's degree, or are you interested doing a 2-year undergrad diploma? These are something after the intermediate. And if you have done your bachelor's before, then you have two choices. You can either pick a college diploma, which is a postgraduate certificate, or a master's degree from a university, which is going to be for 2 years. So first of all, you have to spend significant amount of time looking for the right school. And definitely when we're talking about right school, there's one word you definitely have to check when you're applying for any institution, that if that particular institution is a DLI. DLI stands for Designated Learning Institute. These are the colleges, or these are the universities which are eligible to basically give admission to students outside Canada, and definitely these are the students who are going to get a postgraduate work permit after their completion of the course. So DLI, one thing, is very important. Now, if we are talking about the selection of the course, you have to check which course are you going to do, and do you really have interest doing this course, because I have seen a lot of students struggling after getting to Canada because they have just randomly picked their courses, and now it is getting difficult for them to complete them, especially university courses. What are the disadvantages, if you randomly pick the course? Number one, you are not interested doing it, and you do not have any interest getting into it. Number two, if you fail any course, definitely that's going to go into your transcript, plus you will have to pay for that course again. It's not going to be free for you. And mindful of that you are an international student and you are paying triple fees as compared to a local student. So if I am a Canadian citizen and enroll myself into a college or a university, if I am paying for a semester $3,000, then international students are normally paying triple the fees, let's say $9,000. So every course you would not be able to complete it. You have to submit the fee again, and you have to do that course again. And one important thing here, sometimes this is not only the challenge is going to be your upcoming courses have to have some prerequisites which you have failed already, and now you won't be able to take those next semester courses because you haven't done the prerequisite. So selection of the course, selection of the school is going to be very important if you really wanted to go to Canada and complete your course and get your postgraduate work permit. Second point here, I have seen a lot of questions on my media and I have seen a lot of queries about it, is GIC, which is Guaranteed Investment Certificate. So in Guaranteed Investment Certificate part, this is the certificate where a student from outside Canada is basically paying a 1 year of their accommodation and total expenses to Canada before they apply their visa. So how it works is, so Canada calculated an approximate amount, basically an approximate expenses of a student, which includes your rent and your monthly expenses, and the amount is currently $20,635. So students need to pay this amount to the Canadian banking institution. You can either open a GIC with the RBC, CIBC, and TD. So there are different banks who are basically giving this option to the international students. How it works is very important. Number one, let's suppose if you are a Pakistani student, or if you are an Indian student, or any country which is in the pool of SDS plan. So student should have an account under his or her name. So when we're talking about fees for the institution, anyone can pay your fee. Anyone can pay your semester fee. That can be from your guardian or parents account. That can be someone from Canada's account. But for the GIC, students should have that account under his or her name. That is the most important point. Once you have the account under your name, you have the approximate amount, $20,635. I normally tell my students to go a little higher because of transaction charges. Maybe you need a bit more money in your account. So Canadian institution send you the instruction sheet, which your bank have to act on it and send that money to Canada. And once Canadian banking institution get your money, they will send you a certificate which is called GIC, Guaranteed Investment Certificate, and that certificate will go to your visa portal. Now we are jumping on to the third topic of today, which is the statement of purpose for students. I have seen multiple questions. I have seen differently written SOPs. I have seen students telling me that, we heard the SOP is supposed to be 1-pager, it's supposed to be 2-pager. I have seen people talking about SOP should be a huge document in terms of number of words. What I normally tell my students are that SOP should consist of the important topics which you have to cover. You don't have to write your SOP just to fill up the pages, or you don't have to write an SOP in a way that you don't know anything about these questions. So what should be in your SOP to make it look like really good and to convince an immigration officer on that? First and foremost, you have to have your personal information on it. It starts with the introduction of yourself. Second point over there is, because you're applying for a study permit, you have to tell them your educational background, what you have done before. Third point is going to be what you want to do further and which institute you have picked already and which course are you getting enrolled in. Then you have to tell an immigration officer, and you must tell to convince them that how this course is relevant to your previous course if you are going for a master's or postgraduate. And if you are going for an undergrad or a bachelor degree, then you have to mention what brings you to this topic or what brings you to this course, what are the intentions behind it. So you have to talk about your course. I would suggest people to talk about a particular courses in your course as well, that this particular course will help me out to do this or gain this knowledge and about the course. Second thing, you have to talk about little bit about your institution, how you pick that institute out of so many colleges and universities. You must talk about Canada, why you pick Canada as compared to other countries like US, UK, and Australia. Other than that, most importantly, you will talk about the future prospects of this course, or the future prospects once you complete this course, how this will help you to implement this knowledge and this practical knowledge once you come back to your home country. And I would say that needs a little bit of research, and that is going to be an important part of your SOP. You should also mention your financial situation. If you are going for an SDS, you just have to mention that how much fee you have paid, how much the GIC you have paid, and if you're going for non-SDS, then let them know how you get your bank statement and what are the plans for financially taking care of this process. And definitely, end of the day, you have to do the conclusion. And I would say this sort of SOP, it could be 2 pages, it could be 3 pages. I don't want to write an SOP for 10 pages, just to find an important things from the SOP. So it should be 2 to 3 pager, and it should have all of these questions answered very carefully. So that would definitely help you out to convince an immigration officer that you are a genuine student and really want to study in Canada. Thank you very much.